You keep on learning. It does not stop. And in the process of learning, we end up making mistakes, especially if we do not have access to the right information about nurturing. And sometimes we are surrounded by all sorts of teachers giving us ideas that they need us to try out. So we make up making also the gravest mistakes of our lives. Today, I'm here to point out the common mistakes we make when feeding our babies. So join me. Complementary feeding period is the most confusing moment for many parents. And some of the common mistakes that parents do at that time when they do not know what to introduce, how to introduce, and how to prepare their food is introducing cow's milk before 1 year of life. I know you've been told that your baby needs sufficient amount of protein, vitamin D, and calcium for the growth of muscles and strengthening of your bones. I totally agree. However, the immature digestive system of your baby cannot digest too much amount of casein protein in the cow's milk, unlike in the breast milk where the whey protein is easily digestible and absorbable. So in this case, you're going to stress the immature kidneys of your baby and also causing more allergies like constipation. Cow's milk does not have sufficient amount of nutrients like iron and vitamin C, which is very vital in the formation of the hemoglobin levels in the blood, and therefore the baby may end up being anemic. Also, the little iron that is found in the cereals that you start introducing to your baby, the too much calcium in the cow's milk may compete with it, also leading to less being absorbed from the GIT. Then in addition, the too much proteins in the cow's milk will also irritate the immature intestines of your baby, then leading to bleeding, and the end product is iron deficiency anemia. So introducing cow's milk before 1 year of age may lead to growth failure. If you choose to introduce cow's milk as part of your daily meal for your baby, you are required to introduce it slowly at the age of 1 year, and then the amount will depend with the age of the baby. For example, at 1 to 2 years, you can start giving 400 to 480 mils of milk per day. That's like 1 to 2 cups of milk per day. Number 2 is adding cow's milk or any other milk in the baby's porridge when you have prepared it. I know most moms want to add value and taste to the prepared porridge, and I don't refuse. But however, as you've seen, cow's milk, the too much calcium in the cow's milk will interfere with the iron absorption in this porridge that you're giving. So you are encouraged to give separately. And at the age again of 1 year, that's when you're going to introduce cow's milk. So if you are to add value or to add taste, you can enrich it with cooking oil, just a little cooking oil, margarine or butter, and then you can add less sugar, yes, for it to taste. Adding too much sugar in baby's feeds, and some parents may use even honey before the age of 1 year, which is very, very bad. So I know you want to add taste to your baby's food, but again, too much sugar may lead to tooth decay, obesity for those kids who are already predisposed to those factors that may make them become obese, and then they may also end up disliking your breast milk and vegetables and fruits, which are very vital, yeah, because they need nutrients and antioxidants as they grow up. So instead of adding too much sugar, we encourage you to add blenderized fruits, sweet fruits like bananas or avocados to add that taste. Then limit too much table sugar and even limit salt for that case, especially for the kids who are 6 months of age. So you can add just a pinch of salt and less sugar. 1 teaspoon is enough when you're preparing your baby's porridge, as a way of also increasing the energy density of the foods that you're preparing. Another mistake is using hard cereals or mixing more than 3 different flours in baby's porridge and other things in the name of fortifying the porridge. This is not wise. I know most parents do not cook their porridge for more than 15 minutes as required. And these things, these additives, have different cooking times, and they have also other non-nutritive compounds that may hinder absorption of various nutrients like proteins and even iron and some minerals and vitamins. So if you're supposed to be preparing your baby's flour, before you prepare it, we just encourage you to use at most 2 cereals so that you avoid indigestion issues in your precious one. Another common mistake is late introduction of animal proteins, which is a very common habit in many households in Kenya today. So you will find that a child is being given something like ugali with soup of meat and not meat itself. So you're doing injustice to this baby, because animal proteins like meat, eggs, fish are very complete. This means that they have the essential amino acids, high quality essential amino acids in the right proportions, so that such that when you're introducing them as early as possible, you're preventing or reducing nutritional anemia among these kids, especially those ones that are below 5 years. So kindly, if you're giving, try to blenderize your food, even or mince that meat that you're unable to give to your baby before giving, instead of just giving only soups to your baby. And what is this habit of wrestling with your kid during meal times? So when immediately the baby sees the food on the table, he or they just know that it's time to fight with their parents. Try to make meal times more appealing and appetizing. Sometimes just follow your kids' orders, even if it means you'll be running around the whole house when you want to feed them. Just do that and make meal times more fun. Do not put sticks near the table or start threatening your kids. Just give them the food to the capacity that they can accommodate. If they refuse, you let them and you give them some time. Don't start fighting with your kid all the time. What's the need for that? Then finally, is giving one type of food over and over again. Being monotonous, giving that food that is very tasteless, it's not even prepared in the right way. So we recommend try to give your kid variety of foods, variety of carbohydrates, variety of proteins and vegetables and fruits, because they offer diverse nutrients that the baby needs at that particular time. When you're preparing food, do not just give bland. You're boiling all the things and then mixing them all up. In Kenya, we term it as mashakura. Kindly try to change your method of cooking the foods. Use spices, the natural spices. It doesn't have to be too much. Add a pinch of salt for it to taste. Fry those foods that need to be fried and boil those ones that need to be boiled. A little oil will not kill your baby. In fact, it's going to increase the energy density of the food. And for those babies who are not gaining weight, they are going to gain weight even more. So prepare appealing meals and then give a variety of feeds the whole day, unless the baby is at 6 months, where they need to be experimenting with one type of food for sometimes like 2 to 3 days before you introduce another meal. For those ones who are 1 year and above, they have already identified with the taste of the food and all that. So prepare your meal as much as you can prepare yours, so that it does not become a boring thing. Okay. Moms in towns and upcoming moms, congratulations so much. I hope you've learned something at the end of this episode. For the caregivers, you're doing a good job in nurturing our kids, and I hope you're going to prepare nice meals and don't repeat these mistakes that we've been doing all the time. So my name is Jemima Egesa, clinical nutritionist, and until another time where I'll be giving so many episodes about complementary feeding. Bye bye.